But when I went to the hospital, the people that were there, they're up there because their kids are dead too, or about to die.
The mother's curse works. My wife and I have 5 children, and the reason why we have 5 children is because we do not want 6.
What's concealed beneath celebrities' dazzling facade? Hidden tragedies, catastrophic declines with no reprieve. This video explores the narratives of 25 African-American celebrities who were once symbols of achievement, influence, and renown, only to self-destruct. A musical genius consumed by substance abuse and relentless hedonism. A national comedic icon formerly adored globally, now reviled for numerous appalling instances of abuse and countless shocking tales of sex addiction that will astound you. Prepared? Be ready, as this reveals the hidden darkness of fame they tried to keep secret.
I'm not letting you out here until you tell me why you chose us. Why us? Why you bank with us? Why'd you choose us as your financial institution? I can't believe what the fuck I heard. I don't have time for this shit.
25. Kevin Hart's shocking infidelity scandal and path to recovery. The renowned Hollywood comedian Kevin Hart is known as much for his comedic genius as for his highly publicized scandals. In 2017, a video surfaced revealing Hart's infidelity while his wife, Aniku Parrish, was expecting their firstborn. This explicit video unveiled his clandestine affairs, inflicting significant emotional distress on both Aniku and the public. The leak also exposed private, sexually explicit communications, compounding the crisis. What led Kevin Hart, a celebrated figure, to such a public downfall? Surrounded by fame and the admiration of many women, Hart succumbed to temptation. Sex addiction is not uncommon in the entertainment industry, and in Hart's case, this might be linked to a challenging childhood marked by emotional instability. Furthermore, the immense pressure of sustaining his career and public persona may have driven him to brief relationships as a means of combating loneliness. Despite a public apology acknowledging his errors, the scandal significantly impacted his personal life and career trajectory. However, he ultimately overcame this adversity, transforming his traumatic experience into comedic material, utilizing it as a vehicle for healing and personal growth. 24. Lamar Odom, a former NBA star whose career was ravaged by sex addiction. Lamar Odom, a once celebrated NBA star, represents both phenomenal triumph and devastating failure. Following a remarkable tenure with the Los Angeles Lakers, his professional life imploded around 2015, marked by controversies related to substance abuse and reckless behavior. At the height of his self-destructive actions, Lamar was discovered in grave condition at a Nevada brothel. His career and family were, by this point, severely damaged. Existing within the alluring realm of professional athletics, Lamar succumbed to a cycle of addiction and temptation. The emotional emptiness stemming from a lack of familial support, combined with the intense pressures of celebrity, led him towards self-annihilation via drugs and sex. The loss of Khloe Kardashian and his career inflicted significant trauma. Despite discovering solace in rehabilitation, his past continues to shadow him, hindering the complete restoration of his image and career. 23. Ray J, from aspiring musician to infamous celebrity fixated on his past. The singer and businessman Ray J experienced a seismic shift in 2007 when a private video featuring him and Kim Kardashian was publicly released. This event, a catalyst for Kim Kardashian's ascent, propelled Ray J into a turbulent, alluring realm of notoriety. A formerly promising artist, he transitioned into a constant source of contention, recognized primarily for his intimate life. Following the video's distribution, Ray J's image transformed from a respected musician to a figure defined by scandal. Despite his attempts to transcend this image, his musical career was severely impacted, and he remained publicly identified with the sex tape incident. His unrestrained sexual behavior and promiscuous life further solidified his connection to Kardashian's fame. His professional and personal life were both significantly affected by the aftermath of the released tape, making reputation rebuilding a significant challenge. The origin of Ray J's sex addiction may be linked to the very fame generated by the leaked tape. Balancing recognition for his abilities with notoriety for the scandal, he may have been lured by the simplicity of such attention and continuously pursued it through similar actions. Even now, married with a family, Ray J continues to grapple with his past. Whispers of his prior lifestyle and extramarital encounters continue, leaving his public perception irrevocably damaged. 22. Rick James, a funk icon whose life spiraled into self-destruction. This funk music pioneer achieved immense success with unforgettable hits and a flamboyant lifestyle. His career peaked in the 1970s and 80s, a period marked by both musical triumphs and scandalous behavior. A rebellious figure, James's life was characterized by not only drug addiction, but also a profound sex addiction. He frequently boasted of sleeping with numerous women nightly. However, beneath this outwardly enviable existence was a destructive pattern. His sexual addiction wasn't merely casual. It was a relentless, uncontrollable compulsion. Cocaine, heroin, and other drugs fueled his sexual exploits, acting as temporary escapes from the emotional wounds of a troubled childhood marked by divorced parents and family instability. He constantly felt a deep sense of emptiness, turning to these substances for solace. The excesses of the music industry, with its wealth and parties, only intensified his self-destructive tendencies. A particularly horrific event involved the imprisonment and abuse of a woman as a sex slave for years, resulting in his arrest and a 2-year prison sentence. These reckless relationships ultimately destroyed his career, fame, and health. He suffered from heart disease and other long-term health problems, a devastating consequence of his self-destructive path.
I associate competition with being fun. I knew I could win majors, and there's no major bigger than the Masters.
21. Golf icon Tiger Woods, a fall from grace due to sex addiction. Tiger Woods, a golfing legend with an extraordinary career, previously represented unwavering discipline and achievement. His life dramatically altered in 2009 with the revelation of his infidelity, causing global astonishment. After a strange car crash near his residence, more than 15 women revealed past relationships with Woods during his marriage. The public image of a highly successful man vanished instantly, supplanted by the narrative of a golfing great struggling with sex addiction. Woods' indiscretions weren't isolated incidents. He was involved in numerous extramarital relationships and confessed to sex addiction. Under immense pressure from his profession, fame, and his father's demanding expectations, Woods appeared powerless to restrain himself. Sex became his escape from life's pressures, a way to alleviate loneliness and frustration. The scandal's exposure unleashed an overwhelming crisis for Woods. Key sponsors, including Nike and Gillette, immediately terminated their contracts, resulting in substantial financial losses. His career suffered a significant decline, and his personal life shattered as his marriage to Elin Nordegren ended. Woods sought treatment at a sex addiction rehabilitation facility, yet the consequences of his past continue to affect him. Despite a remarkable comeback, winning the Masters in 2019, the marks of his past remain permanently etched.
Hi, Miss Pinkett. You look fantastic.
All right, good to see you. We gotta go. We're blocking traffic.
Oh, we got it. Oh, we're blocking.
20. Jada Pinkett Smith, a public confession of sex addiction. Known for her acting career and marriage to Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith cultivated a public image of success and family happiness. But in a 2018 Red Table Talk episode, she stunned viewers with a candid revelation of past sex addiction and self-destructive patterns. She detailed her emotional struggles, explaining how she sought solace in unhealthy relationships. A difficult upbringing and resulting psychological trauma fueled these behaviors. Jada explained that sex became a coping mechanism for loneliness and past pain. Her tense relationship with Will Smith only amplified her emotional emptiness, driving her to seek comfort outside their marriage. These harmful behaviors and relationships damaged her public image. However, rather than remaining trapped by the past, Jada leveraged her painful experiences for personal and collective healing. Red Table Talk provided a platform to share her journey and offer hope to others fighting similar battles.
But when I went to the hospital, the people that were there, they're up there because their kids are dead too. Or about to die.
19. Mike Tyson, the boxing icon whose downfall stemmed from sex addiction. Mike Tyson, among history's most formidable boxers, once reigned supreme, his power unmatched. Yet, during the 1990s, at his career zenith, Tyson succumbed to sex and substance addiction. His fame proved insufficient to alleviate his inner turmoil. For Tyson, this wasn't mere indulgence, but a desperate attempt to overcome the profound emotional scars of a harsh, affectionless upbringing. His soaring fame only intensified his pursuit of transient relationships and artificial stimulation to stifle his inner emptiness. This led to the shattering of his boxing career, not solely due to sexual misconduct, but also the 1992 rape conviction, which resulted in imprisonment. Tyson's public image became inextricably linked with personal struggles, causing devastating losses. Despite this, Tyson persevered. He found healing through therapy and family, forging a more positive, stable future. 18. Jennifer Lewis, the celebrated actress who used intimacy to manage emotional trauma. This gifted actress and singer has openly discussed the most difficult periods of her life. Her autobiography, The Mother of Black Hollywood, frankly details how, during intense struggles, she relied on sex to cope with her bipolar disorder. Unstable sexual encounters served as a temporary balm for the inner pain and emptiness she experienced. Whenever depression overwhelmed her, sex offered a brief respite from despair. A challenging upbringing and the intense emotional swings of bipolar disorder hindered her ability to regulate her emotions. Sexual activity became an addiction, a means of finding fleeting comfort in an unpredictable existence. With time, Jennifer recognized that these relationships only amplified her emotional void, resulting in significant physical and psychological harm. This pattern led to a self-destructive cycle, impacting her relationships and attracting public scrutiny. Fortunately, she ultimately discovered healing through therapy and a resolute commitment to rebuilding her life. 17. Sean Diddy Combs, a leading figure in hip-hop, established Bad Boy Records in 1993, achieving stardom through lavish parties and a luxurious lifestyle. Yet, this glamorous facade masks serious allegations of sexual assault and criminal activity. Diddy's arrest in September 2024 on charges of sex trafficking, extortion, and gang rape brought these accusations to the forefront. His notorious freak-off gatherings allegedly involved not only drugs and alcohol but also severe sexual abuse. More than 120 individuals, both men and women, have accused Diddy of abuse occurring between the 1990s and 2010. These accusers claim they were drugged, assaulted, and subsequently threatened to maintain silence. Diddy's self-destructive behavior may stem from a difficult childhood marked by family tragedy. His struggles to find emotional fulfillment may have contributed to sex addiction. Furthermore, the entertainment industry's emphasis on instant gratification likely fueled his actions, leading him to use sex as a coping mechanism. Despite the potential explanations, his conduct has jeopardized his successful career and could result in a lengthy prison sentence upon conviction.
Chart-topping Bobby Brown is performing his first show at the Garden as the headline act.
16. Robert Brown, the iconic musician who found comfort in intimacy. Robert Brown, a gifted vocalist and Whitney Houston's former spouse, significantly impacted the 1990s music industry. However, his renown couldn't conceal the troubling aspects of his existence. His union with Whitney stands as one of Hollywood's most heartbreaking romances. Robert was trapped in a self-destructive pattern dominated by sex and drug dependencies. A difficult upbringing led Robert to find refuge in temporary liaisons and substance misuse. The demands of celebrity intensified these harmful actions. His repeated unfaithfulness and uncontrollable addictions ruined his professional life and family. He acknowledged that these behaviors wrecked his connection with Whitney Houston, causing continuous conflict for both. Their marriage concluded in 2007. Although Robert Brown has attempted self-improvement and reinvention, the profound wounds of his history subject him to ongoing public judgment. 15. The renowned R&B artist Usher, famous for his many hit songs, faced serious accusations. This celebrated singer's career was overshadowed by significant controversies. Specifically, in 2017, claims of transmitting STDs to partners severely damaged his public persona, leading to global media coverage. Although he denied these allegations, the ensuing scandal resulted in constant public criticism. His secretive and irresponsible sexual relationships attracted intense negative attention. This behavior harmed his career and labeled him a reckless celebrity in his personal life. It's crucial to consider that the pressures of fame and the temptations within the entertainment industry may have led Usher to excessive sexual activity as a coping mechanism. His work environment in the music industry, where such behavior is often normalized among stars, probably fueled his risky actions. These events caused him to lose the respect of numerous fans and members of his community. Currently, Usher is prioritizing his family and musical pursuits to restore his reputation. 14. R&B singer Eric Benet, famous in the early 2000s, possessed a bright career trajectory marred by sex scandals. His union with actress Halle Berry initially appeared idyllic, yet extramarital relationships and a severe sex addiction shattered their marriage. In 2005, following several damaging incidents, Berry initiated divorce proceedings, dissolving their highly publicized relationship. Benet succumbed to the allure of the entertainment world, developing an unmanageable sex addiction. Although he eventually undertook therapy to conquer his issues, the damage proved irreversible. After the divorce, he endured intense public examination and battled to reconstruct his life. Despite attempts at rehabilitation, his career and personal life never fully recovered their previous status.
Attacked Told my mom. Then she came to school and cussed the teacher out.
What color was the hair?
Like orange.
13. Chris Brown, a gifted R&B artist marred by a history of violence and sex addiction. This incredibly successful singer, known for countless hit songs, achieved great heights in R&B music. However, his self-destructive behavior ultimately sabotaged his career. The 2009 assault on his then-girlfriend Rihanna sent shockwaves around the world. The resulting images of Rihanna's injuries remain deeply disturbing and instantly devastated Brown's career. This violent act was neither the beginning nor the end of his troubled personal life. Brown's transgressions went far beyond the Rihanna incident, encompassing various violent episodes and uncontrolled romantic pursuits. His impulsive anger and lack of self-control in his relationships painted a frightening portrait in the media. Yet, behind these actions lay deeper psychological problems. Growing up fatherless and experiencing sudden fame contributed to an unhealthy lifestyle. The allure of celebrity and turbulent romantic relationships further trapped him in a cycle of sex addiction. Unsuccessful romantic relationships worsened his inability to manage his impulses, leading to violent eruptions and the unraveling of his musical career. Though he has attempted a comeback, his past continues to haunt him, leaving his public image irrevocably damaged. 12. Veteran actor and former NFL athlete Terry Crews, a public battle against pornography addiction. Terry Crews, a celebrated action star and ex-NFL player, achieved significant fame in Hollywood. However, this outward success masked a serious struggle with pornography addiction. In 2017, Terry publicly acknowledged this addiction's devastating impact on his professional life and family relationships. He revealed his inability to manage the addiction, causing immense pain to his spouse, Rebecca. His reliance on pornography might stem from a childhood marked by emotional deprivation, finding solace in explicit imagery. The entertainment world, filled with pervasive temptations, exacerbated his predicament. Consequently, his family faced turmoil, his career faltered, and his future seemed bleak. But Terry persevered. Supported by his wife's compassion and guidance, he sought professional help, gradually restoring his family's happiness and continuing his successful career trajectory. 11. R. Kelly, from global star to predator behind bars. R. Kelly, once celebrated worldwide for songs like I Believe I Can Fly, was a dominant figure in the music scene throughout the 1990s and early 2000s. His fame and fortune grew rapidly, but behind the glamorous facade hid a grim reality that shocked the world when it finally surfaced in 2019. The documentary Surviving R. Kelly uncovered years of sexual abuse, transforming his image from music icon to symbol of disgrace. Kelly was not simply an entertainer. He weaponized his celebrity status to control and exploit young women, many of them minors. Victims were kept in oppressive conditions he referred to as sex dungeons, where their movements, meals, and even refusals of his demands were stripped away. Beyond physical abuse, he manipulated them psychologically, trapping them in cycles of fear and dependency. When the truth came out, the fallout was absolute. His career collapsed, his reputation crumbled, and his freedom vanished. In 2021, Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison, a heavy price for years of unchecked abuse. His downfall has roots in his troubled past, a childhood of poverty, an absent father, and being sexually abused himself. Those early traumas likely carved deep scars, feeding destructive urges he later acted upon. Combined with the temptations of the music industry, Kelly's obsession with young girls grew unchecked, ultimately leading to his ruin. 10. Kanye West, a musical icon grappling with sex addiction. He's among the most influential musicians globally, boasting numerous Grammy wins and a massive entertainment empire. Yet, Kanye's public image is also defined by his candid struggles, specifically sex addiction. A deeply personal secret stemming from childhood suggests unmet emotional needs fueled his later behaviors. A 2016 interview saw Kanye admit to sex overtaking his life, causing uncontrollable impulsive actions. The allure and pressures of fame only intensified this destructive pattern. His high-profile marriage to Kim Kardashian wasn't spared. Emotional turmoil and marital strife resulted in repeated extramarital encounters. Despite finding solace in faith, the wounds persist, and the ongoing battle with sex addiction continues to impact his personal and professional life.
God doesn't make mistakes. Every religion believes that. Everybody. God does not.
9. Celebrated comedian Chris Rock, renowned for his biting wit, has endured considerable personal turmoil. Following a 2-decade marriage to Malik Compton Rock, Chris experienced a period of uncontrolled and brief romantic entanglements. His professional success continued unabated, yet his personal life was marked by significant instability. In 2016, amidst his marital breakdown, Rock acknowledged these damaging relationships left him feeling profoundly empty, depleted, and completely powerless. Since achieving stardom, Rock has contended not only with career demands but also intense, irresistible temptations. Short-lived affairs served as a refuge from loneliness and the emotional wounds of a difficult upbringing. These impulsive sexual encounters offered fleeting comfort, yet ultimately left him emotionally incapacitated. While his comedic career remained largely unblemished, his public image suffered because of these controversies and self-destructive actions. Facing a personal crisis, Chris sought professional help to recover, process his past traumas, and regain mastery over his life. 8. Eddie Murphy, a comedy icon embroiled in romantic controversies. The celebrated Hollywood comedian Eddie Murphy achieved legendary status through roles in Beverly Hills Cop, Dr. Dolittle, and Shrek. His personal life, however, presents a stark contrast. A whirlwind of relationships devoid of commitment, characterized by numerous scandalous affairs. Father to 10 children from multiple partners, Murphy's public persona transcends mere comedy, encompassing significant controversy. Murphy's romantic life is marked by excessive indulgence, a seemingly insatiable sexual appetite bordering on addiction. His Hollywood presence resembles a relentless wave, consistently generating romantic scandals that enthrall the public. However, his sexual behavior may be linked to underlying psychological issues stemming from his upbringing. His Brooklyn childhood was marked by poverty and a lack of emotional support within his family. Despite his burgeoning talent, the absence of familial affection and financial struggles might have driven him to seek comfort in early romantic and sexual encounters. With his career's ascent, Murphy's success granted access to a world rife with temptation. The allure of fame and power in the entertainment industry impaired his judgment, resulting in numerous fleeting affairs and extramarital liaisons. These romantic scandals and a self-indulgent lifestyle negatively affected his career. Murphy suffered not only familial instability, but also a decline in his image as a beloved comedic icon.
If it's mine, if the music is what it is, I go off the music. If not, if I had a subject already on my mind, something that was bothering me or some words that have been rhyming too long and I didn't see a mic yet, there it is.
7. Hip-hop legend. Lil Wayne embodies defiance and a life lived on the edge. His reign over the music charts contrasts sharply with the instability of his personal life, marked by tumultuous and transient romances. A difficult upbringing lacking familial support left Wayne susceptible to unpredictable connections. Fame thrust him into a world saturated with substance abuse, casual sex, and general mayhem. His fleeting, unstable relationships seem to be a desperate attempt to find validation and fulfillment. This pattern has deeply affected his public image, associating him with a self-destructive cycle of sex and excess. Despite his enduring success in music, his romantic entanglements and provocative lyrics centered on sex and drugs guarantee a continued existence of chaos. 6. Curtis Jackson, a figure steeped in incredible sexual controversies. The famed rapper and music executive, 50 Cent, is celebrated for his popular songs but equally notorious for his turbulent private life. He openly displays his achievements and riches, even showcasing his brief extramarital affairs. From short-lived romances to astonishing assertions about his romantic conquests, 50 Cent consistently fuels media attention and public fascination. Under the glare of stardom, he used sex to compensate for the emotional trauma of a difficult upbringing and to fulfill a deep need for approval. His challenging upbringing in a dangerous, poor community only intensified his problems. The seductive allure of the music business and his celebrity amplified his involvement in this promiscuous existence. Though his musical career continues to thrive, the persistent sex scandals have significantly damaged his public reputation. 5. Shaquille O'Neal, the basketball icon embroiled in a scandal of infidelity. A global sports legend, Shaquille O'Neal's NBA career enthralled millions. However, his private life was consistently turbulent. Early in his career, O'Neal acknowledged his inability to remain faithful to his spouse, Shawnee O'Neal, contributing to their marriage's eventual breakdown. His numerous indiscretions plunged O'Neal into a pattern of unchecked sexual behavior. He admitted that his intense sexual desires guided his actions, leading to regrettable errors. Despite attempts at reconciliation and family harmony, repeated infidelity compelled his wife to file for divorce in 2011, a difficult but essential decision. O'Neal's experiences highlight the destructive allure of celebrity. His immense popularity and devoted fan base readily facilitated a self-indulgent existence where sex functioned as both a compulsion and a means of bolstering his prominent persona. After the divorce, O'Neal focused on mending family relationships and achieving inner peace. He dedicated time to his children and charitable endeavors. Still, the wounds of his past persist, and despite a subsequent marriage, the consequences of his past errors continue to affect him. 4. Singer. Andra bravely confronts a hidden struggle. The acclaimed vocalist Andra revealed a painful past in a 2021 interview, detailing her difficult fight against sex addiction. Portraying Billie Holiday in The United States vs. Billie Holiday proved a turning point, prompting her to face past traumas and conquer a difficult period. Brief encounters left Andra feeling profoundly empty, a deep emotional wound. She engaged in self-destructive behavior, using sex to numb feelings of loneliness and emotional emptiness. The music business, with its often casual attitude towards sex, exacerbated her struggles. However, Andra found a path to recovery. She conquered her challenges, emerging stronger and inspiring others with her story of resilience and renewal.
The mother's curse works. My wife and I have 5 children, and the reason why we have 5 children is because we do not want 6.
3. Bill Cosby, from beloved family figure to global betrayer. Bill Cosby was once viewed as an unparalleled figure in American society. His portrayal of the quintessential father in The Cosby Show, 1984-1992, propelled him to superstardom, earning him the affectionate moniker America's Dad amongst millions. His distinguished career, filled with numerous accolades, solidified his position as a cultural giant. However, this image shattered with the revelation of numerous sexual assault allegations in 2014. Over 60 women came forward, accusing Cosby of drugging and assaulting them over 4 decades. His victims included not only admirers, but also associates and close friends who had previously placed complete faith in him. What factors contributed to Cosby's transformation into a hidden predator? Examination reveals a potential link to his upbringing. Facing poverty and instability in his youth, Cosby found refuge in the limelight. This fame provided not just wealth, but also considerable power, a power that ultimately enabled his abusive actions. This influence created a sense of invincibility, resulting in a dangerous disregard for boundaries in his sexual conduct. Cosby's actions were not impulsive, they were deliberate. He manipulated his celebrity status and the trust of others, transforming them into victims in his calculated scheme. Whispers circulated as early as 2005, but it was not until 2018 that Cosby received a 3 to 10 year prison sentence for assaulting a woman at his residence. Despite his release in 2021 on a procedural issue, his reputation remains utterly shattered. Bill Cosby, once a cultural icon, has become a representation of the misuse of power and morality within the entertainment world. His previously lauded legacy now resides in the darkness of unforgivable offenses. 2. Renowned actress and model Nicole Narrain. A life consumed by chaotic sexual encounters. Nicole Narrain, a celebrated figure in the entertainment world, frequently finds herself the subject of sensational news stories. While her public persona is one of captivating allure, the reality is a far more complex and challenging internal struggle. Nicole has publicly acknowledged a severe sex addiction. Trapped in an unending cycle, Nicole chased satisfaction through brief, intense relationships. She revealed that each new liaison left her feeling utterly powerless, lost in a sea of momentary desires, attempting to alleviate a deep-seated emptiness. The glamorous world of modeling, where she excelled, only intensified her addiction. Her unrestrained actions negatively impacted her physical health, mental state, and personal connections. Thankfully, following years of intense personal strife, she embarked on a journey toward healing and now uses her experience to encourage others facing comparable challenges. 1. Wilt Chamberlain, a basketball icon with an extraordinary career, astounded the public with his claim of having intimate relations with over 20,000 women. This astonishing figure not only stunned the public but also sparked debate about his alleged lack of sexual self-control. Chamberlain lived openly and proudly embraced his sexual history. His fame and athletic achievements granted him significant influence and attraction, establishing him as a symbol of unrestrained sexual liberty. However, many fail to recognize that this lifestyle might have stemmed from unresolved childhood trauma and emotional neglect. Chamberlain's upbringing in a dysfunctional family, marked by parental inattention, possibly fostered an unquenchable emotional need throughout his life. Unfortunately, despite his remarkable basketball legacy, his sexual behavior drew considerable criticism. Yet, he remained defiant, considering it an essential part of his self-image. For Chamberlain, sex transcended mere satisfaction. It represented an assertion of power, freedom, and undeniable charisma. Global icons once idolized face catastrophic ruin due to sexual misconduct. Emerging scandals and hidden truths have stripped them bare, careers, families, and reputations shattered by unchecked desires. Do they merit compassion or condemnation for their actions? Comment below. Subscribe for further revelations of Hollywood's underbelly.